New York City, the city that never sleeps but always spends. Lately, we keep hearing familiar words echoing through its streets. Free transit, free programs, more for the people. It all sounds good until you ask one question: who's paying for it? Every time a leader promises free, there's an invisible receipt that comes with it. And more often than not, that bill ends up in the hands of the people everyone thinks can afford it, the rich. But here's the thing, the rich aren't a bottomless bank account. They're business owners, investors, and high-income workers, and like anyone else, they have limits. Raise those limits too high, and they'll simply move somewhere else. The city knows this story, because it's lived it before. Back in the late 1960s, New York tried something similar. A mayor came in with a vision: expand city programs, increase public services, make life better for everyone. On paper, it made sense. In reality, the numbers didn't add up. Taxes went up, spending went higher, and slowly, the city began to crumble under the weight of its own generosity. By the mid-1970s, New York was nearly bankrupt. It took a federal bailout, massive layoffs, and years of rebuilding to climb back. It wasn't because people didn't care. It was because good intentions don't cancel bad math. And now, decades later, we're hearing the same promises again. Free this, expanded that, tax the rich, help the working class. But the equation hasn't changed. You can't expand spending while shrinking your tax base. You can't build stability by scaring away the people footing the bill. This isn't about politics, it's about patterns. The city leans heavily Democratic, so when election time comes, the outcome is rarely in doubt. But the real question isn't who wins. It's whether voters ever stop to challenge what's being promised. Because when we stop challenging, we stop thinking. And when we stop thinking, we repeat history. Let's be honest, most people don't read city budgets. They hear free transit, and it feels good. It sounds fair, but fairness doesn't pay the bills. Here's what the data says. The top 1% of New York earners pay more than half of the city's income tax revenue. That's not opinion, that's the math. So when leaders say we'll just tax the rich, what they're really saying is we'll rely on fewer and fewer people to carry more and more weight. And just like last time, some of those people are already leaving. Florida, Texas, Nevada, states with no income tax, no city surcharge, and plenty of opportunity. When they go, they take their businesses, their payrolls, their donations, all the stuff that fuels local growth. And the city? It's left wondering where the money went. We've seen this movie before. In the 1970s, New York overextended itself and paid the price. Now the script is the same, only the actors have changed. People forget that the word free is just short for paid by someone else. You can only stretch that someone else for so long before the rubber band snaps. And the irony? When that happens, the very people those programs were meant to help end up hurt the most. Higher prices, less opportunity, lower confidence in a system that promised security. The truth is, free programs aren't bad ideas. They just need math behind them, structure, accountability. Otherwise, the city risks trading long-term stability for short-term applause. Maybe that's the real lesson here. History doesn't just repeat because we forget. It repeats because we ignore. And if New York continues to spend like the past never happened, the past might just reintroduce itself. Let's rewind the pattern. Spending goes up, taxes rise, businesses relocate, revenue drops, the city borrows, debt grows, and when the check finally comes due, the only thing left to cut is reality. So maybe the question isn't who should pay more. Maybe the question is, why do we keep trying the same formula, expecting a different result? Because every time history hands us a warning, we call it progress, and then act surprised when it costs us the future. And that's what really makes you think.